way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always be real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams. Do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throw at me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow on me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me. Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. This isn't a robbery. Hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitching with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me. Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. I had to switch up the flow. Show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always be real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5. Just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams. Do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throw at me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow on me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. This isn't a robbery. Hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitching with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me. Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always be real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throwing me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow on me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
This isn't a robbery, hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, I ain't with the games, bitch with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always be real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throwing me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow on me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
This isn't a robbery, hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, I ain't with the games, bitch with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always been real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Listen, not the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throwing me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slowing me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
This isn't a robbery. Hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitch with the chest. Beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always been real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Listen, not the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throwing me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
This isn't a robbery. Hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitchin' with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances are quite unlikely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me.
Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. I was the real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throwing me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow on me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
This isn't a robbery. Hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitchin' with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances are quite unlikely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. I was the real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throw at me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
This isn't a robbery, hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitchin' with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but this life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it small. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always be real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just making nothing survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throw at me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
This isn't a robbery, hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitchin' with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it small. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always been real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throwing me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slowing me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me.
Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
This isn't a robbery. Hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitch with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me.
Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it small. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always been real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throwing me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slowing me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me.
Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
This isn't a robbery. Hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitch with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me.
Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but this life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always been real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just making enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life, it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throw at me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me. Shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow on me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be. And I do not care if you notice me.
Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
This isn't a robbery. Hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, I ain't with the games, bitch, you with the chest. Be beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me.
Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah.
Montague Wildcats and the Fremont Packers. We're here at Montague's home gym, and my name is Jonah Kelly. I'm here with Connor Rath, and we're excited for this one.
Yeah, we are. What do you think the keys for this game are tonight, Jonah? I know Montague is coming into this game 3-3, and Fremont's coming into this game 3-2. What do you think will boost them to either of them to a 4-3 record or a
Yeah, Montague's got to bring the physicality tonight. Fremont's got a big lineup, and they need to limit the turnovers as well. They've been pretty turnover prone so far this year. I think if they can keep up the physicality, limit the turnovers, that's going to be the keys of the game for Montague. On Fremont's end of things, well, they got to make Montague turn the ball over a little bit. They got to stick to their guns and use their physicality. And they got to play some good defense. That's what they got to do tonight.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I think, like you said, one of Montague's biggest issues this year has been the turnovers, averaging almost 20 turnovers as a team per game. I think if Fremont can force those turnovers with maybe a press or something along those lines, they might have this game a little easier. But if, like you said, if Montague can keep those turnovers down and limit those mistakes, it could prove to be a tough game for Fremont and a good win for Montague.
Absolutely, 100%. Like you were saying earlier, Montague's 3-3. They're coming off 3 straight losses. They're 1-2 in the conference. But they've lost to some good teams. Ludington among them. I think this in Fremont 3-2 overall, 1-1 in the conference. They've been hot. They won their last 2 games. I think it's a great opportunity for both teams to really secure that 3rd spot in the conference right now. You got Ludington and Whitehall at the top. I think whoever comes out on top of this game is going to have a much better chance towards the end of the season at making a run at that number 1 spot.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it gives whoever wins this game, it gives them momentum going into the kind of second half of this season. And it's important to not just look at turnovers and physicality here, but I think another thing that's important is shooting the ball tonight. Montague has had to struggle to get their shooters the shots that they want, and relied a little bit more on creating shots. And tonight, I think if they can get hot from the 3-point line, this can be a game that can easily get out of hand for Fremont, and vice versa.
Vice versa, indeed. Fremont's got a huge lineup. I'm seeing pretty much 6 foot across the board here. They're going to need to. Montague's going to need to get on the glass, and they're going to need to shoot well, I think, to win tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, rebounds are going to play a huge factor in this game. If Fremont out-rebound, I mean, John and I had this conversation at the Whitehall game. If whoever wins the rebounding game tends to win the overall game, and you can look at a number of games for your stat pool there, but that this Fremont team is tall. They're athletic. If they can get on the boards and get the glass, it's going to be hard for Montague to win this game, just purely because they'll be out-rebounded. Whereas if Montague can box out and rebound the way they need to, they can win this game easily, I think.
Definitely. We'll take a look at the history of this matchup a little bit. So Montague and Fremont started playing each other pretty regularly in 2011. Montague is up top 6 games to 5 since they started playing, and that's a very close record there, Connor. So now that they're in the same conference, I mean, what do you think that could mean in terms of a potential basketball rivalry starting up there?
I think that I know for a fact that when I played these guys back a few years ago, it was always a close game, and I know that this team is known to be a pretty good team, and they're usually tall, they're usually athletic. I think that a rivalry here could definitely be started, especially if we have a few close games coming down the stretch in the next 4 to 5 years or 2 to 3 years.
Certainly. Montague had the upper hand last year, winning 61-49. Fremont won 71-48 before that. It's been back and forth between these two schools.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I would definitely like to point out is just the way these teams are warming up right now. You see Fremont came out, and the first thing they warmed up was how they rebound defensively, and Montague came out and instantly went to shooting. How do you think warming up and the way you warm up impacts the way the game ends up being and is played?
I don't think warming up has a lot to do with it. I think as long as you're loose and mentally prepared, I think that's the most important thing. I don't think what you practice so much matters as much as getting in a rhythm. Because I mean, if you're looking at it as you're practicing right before the game starts, I think that the majority of that preparation comes during the week.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think Fremont has to do defensively to keep this Montague team at bay, in a sense?
I think they just got to be physical with them, and I think they got to use their size. I'd like to see Fremont make Montague hit some shots early. I don't want to see Montague getting easy buckets if I'm Fremont. You got a bunch of big bodies inside. Make them shoot over you and beat you with some skill today, and just be physical as heck with them in the paint.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you think that Montague has to do defensively other than rebound to make this Fremont team struggle here?
Montague's guards, they're going to have to cause some turnovers in the backcourt. When you got a big team like Fremont, you certainly don't want the ball in the paint too often. So you're going to have to put a lot of pressure on their guards, make it tough to get the ball inside. Now, Montague definitely does have some paint presence with Isaiah Atchison, but he's going to need some help because Fremont's got a big lineup across the board.
Yeah. Who do you think are the key players in this game from Fremont and Montague that are going to help these teams get to the win for either respective team?
I don't think there's any super key players tonight, Connor. I think both teams are very well balanced. On Montague's team, you got Owen Rath and Isaiah Atchison that stand out sometimes. And for Fremont, the McDonald's can put up some numbers as well.
Yeah. One of the key players, I think, for Montague is going to be Isaiah. He's played pretty well in the last few games. I know he's put up a few dunks. I like the aggressiveness that he's been going after the rack with, and I like to see him continue that and continue to play that at that aggressive level, as it's helped him to grow as a player. And I mean, in the Whitehall game, for example, it helped him rebound. It helped him get out there and make big plays. And I think if he continues to play aggressively like that, it's gonna be good for this Montague team.
It certainly is. So as a player, Connor, if you're Montague coming off a 3-game losing streak, how do you turn things around tonight?
Well, I think it all starts in the week prior. You just got off a 3-game losing streak. You're coming off the bus after that last game, and the first thing you think about can't be the fact that you just lost. It has to be, what am I going to do to change my game as a player or as a team, change my game in order to be ready for this next one. What am I going to do in order to prepare? And that's definitely something that I know Coach Osborne has in the back of this Montague team's heads, is be ready for the next game. Don't worry about this game. We have things to improve on. Let's just improve on them, and let's move on. Yeah,
that's really all you can do is just channel that frustration, put it into practice, working on your game, and bring it to the next one. Not much else to reminisce about there.
Yeah, and I know they played quite a few good teams in the last week or so, one of them being Ludington, which as of right now I think is the conference favorite. How do you think that Ludington game for both of these teams impacted how this game is going to go?
Well, I mean, so Ludington is the only common opponent for Fremont and Montague. I believe Fremont lost by 31, Montague lost by 36. So, I think they must have. It's probably going to affect them pretty similarly. It's a pretty similar score there. So, man, I'm just hoping we're in for a really good one tonight. I think we might be.
One of the key points I'd like to make about Montague as well, they've struggled to play at a controlled pace, I think is how I would put it, a controlled fast. They get out and they hustle and they play great defense, but on the offensive side they play almost too fast. And if they can control that, and maybe not slow it down, but control the speed that they're playing at, this could be a very different ball game than quite a few of theirs in the last few have been. And I think that whether they play at that pace all stems on how well Fremont plays defense and whether they're running a press, which is something I would like to see them try tonight, is run a press. They're lengthy. It's going to be hard to make passes over them, and hard to see that guy down the court if there is one, and easier to get steals. So I'd like to see Fremont maybe run a press against these guys and get them out of the comfortable pace that Montague has struggled to maintain this year.
I would definitely agree with that, especially with Montague being prone to turnovers. If you're Montague, how do you combat that when they come out? If they do in fact come out in that press?
It's sounds simple, but it's hard. You have to really play at a controlled pace. You can't, if there's a guy in your face, you can't freak out. You have to understand that you just have to play relaxed. You have to be comfortable. You have to be ready, and you have to almost before the game know that they might come out in a press and be ready for that mentally. It all starts mentally, I think, and that's as easy as it sounds. That's the hard part, is being mentally prepared for that and being able to mentally handle that pace and that press.
Oh, certainly. And we've got a packed gym tonight, and that's certainly not going to contribute to calming your nerves down. I mean, this is a huge game. You're talking. You're talking about making a run for the conference for both of these teams late in the year.
Yep.
This is one you got to have here.
Yeah, definitely. This win would put whatever team, I'm pretty sure, solidly in third place for now. And then that leaves 2 games left for either one. A Whitehall game. I don't know if Fremont's played Whitehall yet, but a Whitehall game for at least Montague, and one remaining Ludington game for either team. I know Montague plays them at home along with Whitehall, and I think Fremont plays them home also, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So either game, this is a key one right here. If Montague wins this or if Fremont wins this, that gives them the step up on either team. So if Fremont wins this, they're now a step up on Montague. And if they do end up beating Ludington and Whitehall later in the season, then they now have a better chance of getting in that conference spot if they beat this Montague team.
Certainly. And I believe Whitehall and Ludington play tonight, actually. So we're going to do our best to keep you guys updated on how that game looks.
Yeah, definitely. And how important is that game for just the conference title, the Ludington-Whitehall game?
Oh, my goodness, it's crazy. Man, and I tell you what, I'm excited for the next one. The next one they're going to have, you and I are actually going to be calling that at Whitehall. And that will probably have some major conference title implications. That game will.
And it's an important game for either team, but I think it's going to be a tough win for Whitehall. That Ludington team, after watching them, they do a lot of little things right, and they capitalize. Some teams are great at causing turnovers and causing mistakes for other teams, but aren't so great at capitalizing on them. And Ludington is just amazing at it. And that's one reason why I think they're so good, and I think a lot of that stems from the way they play and the way that they're coached.
It's definitely a very well-coached team, and they definitely got some athletes.
All right, and we're going to get going here with the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and athletes. Welcome to today's contest between the Fremont Packers and the Montague Wildcats. It is the mission of Montague Area Public Schools to educate and inspire all students to become motivated, articulate, productive, and successful citizens for today, tomorrow, and forever. Montague High School, along with the West Michigan Conference, takes a position that learning to practice good sportsmanship is essential for the complete education of our students. Respect, fairness, courtesy, and graceful acceptance of the results are all characteristics of good sports. With that in mind, we ask all fans to refrain from booing, harassment of players or officials, or any conduct showing disrespect to our opponents. Win with character and lose with dignity. Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of this event was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts and our country. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. All veterans, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute. And everyone able, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly sing our national anthem.
You want to do intros?
Sure.
You know Montague.
Your Fremont Packers are number 3, William DeBlake. Number 10.
And for the Fremont Packers, we have number 3, William DeBlake, starting at the 1. It looks like number 10, Chaz Miller, starting at the 2. Number 11, Ben Malema, starting at the 3. Number 21, Gavin Richards, starting at the 4. And number 24, Jordan McDonald, starting at the 5.
The Fremont Packers are coached by Adam Bowen.
And for the Montague Wildcats, it looks like we have number 5, Braden Johnson, starting at the 3.
Number 11, Paul Olson.
Number 11, Paul Olson, starting at the 2 or 4, one of the 2. Number 22, Owen Rath, starting at the 1. Number 30, Isaiah Atchison, starting at the 4. And Rodney Brassfield, number 40, starting at the 5. Coached by Dave Osborne. And here we go in a packed gym on a cold Friday winter night.
I sure am excited for this one. Fremont looking like they're going for a little bit of a smaller lineup than we might have thought we would see.
Number 21, Gavin Richards with the ball, passes over to number 10, Chaz Miller. On the right side, over to Jordan McDonald. Number 11, Ben Malema banks one in.
Banks open on a Friday, Connor.
Oh, yeah. Owen Rath bringing the ball down the court.
Fremont not coming out in that press we thought we might see today.
Nope. Gives it over to Braden Johnson on the left wing. Spin move. Great move, didn't finish. Gets his own rebound, puts it up with the bucket.
I think he just wanted that extra rebound, Connor.
Yeah,
looks
stat
pretty good. Yeah, it does. It looks pretty good on the stat sheet.
Chaz Miller bringing the ball down the court. Passes over number 3, William DeBlake. DeBlake to McDonald. Over on the right side to Miller. Over to number 21. On the left side, Miller with the ball. McDonald looking to drive. Doesn't see it. Over to Miller. He's looking for a shot. Fremont looking for the open look. Owen Rath with the steal. He loses control. Over to McDonald. McDonald up for the layup. And Johnston with the rebound.
Montague coming out with some stingy defense tonight, Connor.
Yeah, definitely.
That's exactly what we said they're going to need to do to win.
And a great chase down block by McDonald.
Air Jordan McDonald gets up for that one.
Definitely. Isaiah Atchison with the rebound. He dribbles out. Passes over to Johnston, but Johnston was not looking, and that one goes out of bounds. There's one of the turnovers that we were talking about pregame right there.
And that's one you don't want to have there. No pressure on you to pass that ball,
Yep.
But you also got to be available to your teammate when you're running up the court. And you're one of those last guys that's hanging back there.
Yep. Miller with the ball at half court. He's looking to the right side, over to McDonald. McDonald back to Miller. He gets screened. Malema with the ball. He loses control over to Johnston, and it looks like number 21, Gavin Richards, is going to foul, personal foul.
Montague coming out with a zone, and it's looking pretty effective on these Packers.
Yeah, definitely. So far, Malema, the only one who's been able to hit a shot from outside, and the only one who's taken one. And making it a little bit easier for these Wildcats to lock down the paint like they need to do.
I know we're only 2 minutes into this, but it doesn't look like Fremont's offense is getting many looks here.
Yep. Montague looking to get the ball across half court. And Fremont came back out in that press like we were talking about there, and they get the turnover, the 8-second or 10-second violation, my bad. Miller with the ball. Over to DeBlake. Back over to DeBlake with it. Back over to Miller. Over in the corner. Back to Miller.
You can tell Miller's really wanting to shoot over this defense, but Isaiah Atchison just a little bit too lanky to get those shots off from outside.
Yep. Great back cut by Richards, and he gets the easy bucket. Just can't, in his own, he can't let that happen.
Scorer 21, Gavin Richards.
Olsen with the ball on the right side of the court.
Montague's definitely very aggressive with that zone, and that happens sometimes when you gamble on a few of those. You can leave the middle open.
Yep. Olsen with the ball in the corner. Down low to Brassfield. Braden looked like it got tipped, and then Brassfield went to save that and threw it off the back of the backboard.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Fremont got ball or wrist there, but Johnston certainly thought they got some wrist.
Good look by Miller. He eventually gets that down to number 24, Jordan McDonald. Montague looking for some offense here. Rath with the ball at the top. High ball screen by Atchison.
Number 10, Owen Peterson checking in for the Wildcats.
Peterson in for Johnston. Rath with the ball. Looks like they went to their open 5-out set. Brassfield with the screen in the corner. Olsen looking for the roll. Looks like it's going to be out of bounds on McDonald. Montague ball.
And that almost looked like another very costly turnover. Montague's lucky they got away with that one.
Yeah, and one thing they've struggled with as well is forcing passes. That's one of those passes that you don't need to try and hit the roll man, and they tried to force that one on in there. Rath with the ball at the top. Looking for something. He's going to try and create his own shot. And that's an air ball. Miller with the ball. Rath with the almost steal. Osborne not happy about that no call there.
Rath was not either. I tell you what, he got absolutely laid out on that loose ball.
Yeah, sometimes referees have sympathy for the small guy, and sometimes they don't. And that's one of those situations where they don't.
I guess that's the case.
Miller with the ball, guarded heavily by Osborne. Miller over to Vincent. DeBlake at the top of the key. Down to Richards. Great D by Brassfield. Great. Looks like Brassfield's going to have a foul on number 33, Nate Vincent, and he'll go to the line.
Fremont is just absolutely taking it into the paint against this Montague defense.
Definitely, and Montague just needs somebody who's going to stand up and play some great defense down low. And Brassfield's done that so far, I think. But he's still looking. He's got to stop fouling. That's the main thing that's happening here.
Yeah, definitely. I think you gotta look to keep the ball out of the paint a little bit more. I think Fremont's getting those entry passes in a little bit too easily.
Maybe front in the post rather than play behind.
I'd certainly think about it. Atchison back into the game here, maybe to help get some size down low and stop this Fremont offense.
Rath for Williams. Vincent shimmies. Misses the free throw. Williams with the board. He's looking up the floor. Over to Osborne in the corner. He's taking it. That's a great take and a great layup. That's exactly how you want to take that right there.
It looks like Montague's going to pick up at half court a little bit here.
Yep. Osborne guarding Miller heavily. Miller loses the ball. Atchison with the steal. Over to Osborne. Osborne looking up the court. Over to Atchison on the right side. Atchison looking to give it to somebody. Williams with the ball over on the right wing. Missed cue to Peterson. Atchison gets it. Williams with the shot from the top. He banks it in. That's two banks we've seen tonight.
I tell you what, the first one went in at about 7:15. This one went in about 7:30. The bank is still open.
Yeah. Osborne guarding Miller heavily on the right side. Over to Vincent. Back to Miller, and Miller with the miscue to DeBlake, and it looks like it's going to be off Fremont. Miller not happy about that one. Looked like he wanted to get the tip.
Jordan McDonald and Andrew Snyder.
Those are hard to catch sometimes. A little bang play. It's hard to see if it was tipped. Refs did a good job discussing it. Ended up going with no tip there.
Williams trying to get the ball in. He eventually does. Williams on the left side. He's trapped in the corner. Over to Peterson. Peterson looking to get it somewhere. Over to Atchison. He takes it middle. Over to Williams. Williams takes it middle. Tough layup off the back iron. Second layup. And it looks like we're going to have a jump ball, and I think this is going to go to Montague.
Atchison's definitely pretty effective on the wing, but Fremont's got a small lineup out there. I might be looking to try and get him a post up or two.
Yep. Johnson in the corner, and he hits that, and exactly like we said at the beginning of the game, you can't let Montague's shooters get hot, or they're going to start knocking them down, and you're going to have trouble playing defense on them.
Oh, that's for sure. Montague's got some shooters, and you can't let him start cashing threes like that. Especially with a small lineup in there for Fremont.
Yep. Malema from three again. He's going to get the three-point foul on the Williams box out. That's one of those you just have to be careful of.
You know, Montague's student section doesn't like it at all, but I think it's a great call there. They added that a few years ago to basketball. You got to give the shooter room to land.
Yep.
You can't get in his personal space when he's coming down. It can lead to a lot of ankle and foot injuries.
Yep.
So that's a great call. And number 11 for Fremont, Ben Mellema knocks down the first one.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just have to be careful boxing out. You want to box him out, but maybe not hit him like he did. When I was playing and I was in high school, a lot of times I like to just be a presence. Don't touch him, but be a presence. And that led to a lot less fouls at the three-point line because you're not touching him. And if he falls over, that's his own doing at that point.
That's for sure.
Atchison with the tipped rebound. Looks like it's going to be Fremont's ball after the missed free throw. Fremont only making 1 of 3.
And Fremont cooled off here after a bit of a hot start. The inbound the ball to Miller, and he is stuffed by Atchison.
That's what you call a snatch block. Over to Peterson. Fans not happy, want a travel call. Isaiah with the attack, gets fouled. Great aggressive take by Atchison there.
And I tell you what, Montague's taking it right at Fremont.
Yeah, no backing down.
No backing down after that slow start. They're getting after it, Connor.
Yep. And this lineup is it looks like they got the starting lineup minus I'm not sure honestly, but they have Peterson in rather than whoever was in before. And I like this lineup. It's a very hustle-oriented lineup, and it's they grab boards, as I like to say.
Atchison lining up for his second one, missed the first.
1 for 2 at the line.
And you start to see the turnovers cut down a little bit. You think that might have been some pregame jitters for Montague?
Yeah, definitely. Atchison with another steal. He's playing great defense right now.
Oh, and McDonald takes it right back.
Almost stuck the rim grazer off too, as you might say.
He just wanted to get the crowd going there. You can feel everybody stand up. Maybe he'll be looking to throw that next one down. I know he certainly can. He showed Shelby in the first game he can do that.
Rath gets the foul. He's going to be shooting 2. Foul on DeBlake. And that's a tough matchup for Montague. DeBlake is not a small guard, as one might say, and Rath, on the other hand, is 5'6", 5'7". He misses the first.
Number 40, Rodney Brassfield, checking in for the Wildcats.
How do you, as a smaller guard playing against somebody like that, how do you still find room to shoot and get to the hoop?
You just have to you have to use your speed. Tall guys a lot of times are not as fast. You just have to use that speed and try to create your space. And if you don't, try and get a foul.
You certainly got to utilize your quickness and be crafty. Taller guys always like to block shots more, so it's a little bit easier to get them on a pump fake.
Yep. DeBlake with the ball on the right side. Rath with the steal, almost steal, doesn't get it. Looks like Grassfield on the tip. Looks like it's going to be my bad. Fremont ball.
That red and white matchup, you can really get that confused for Whitehall sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Fremont has Steger at the high post, looking for a post entry. Ball over to McDonald.
And
Steger with the screen, McDonald with the attack, and he makes that's a tough finish and a great one at that.
That's a nasty Euro step right there.
3 seconds. Rath with the ball on the right wing. He throws it up. No bucket.
And we're locked at 12 here at the end of the first quarter. So far, Connor, this one's turning out to be just the game we expected. Teams are very evenly matched here. I think both teams and coaches are doing a great job. Fremont of being physical. Montague made the adjustment and started pushing Atchison and Rath out in that zone a little bit to make it a little bit more difficult for Fremont to get the ball inside. This has just been pretty awesome so far.
Yeah, and it's definitely coaching adjustments here. Fremont came out hot and showed that they could shoot, and so Coach Osborne decided let's expand this zone and let's keep them from shooting. And then after that, they started repeating posts. So he said let's maybe switch it up and go more to a 2-3. And that's exactly what they did, is to stop that post entry. And it looks like it's working so far. As Fremont only scoring 4 in maybe the last 4 minutes, whereas they had 8 in the first, maybe 6. 6 to 4. And then Montague on the offensive side Fremont's making it tough for them. They're not able to get the ball where they want it to as much, but Montague able to capitalize on getting their own rebounds, is offensive rebounds, second chance buckets.
Oh, definitely. And you got to think as this second quarter gets underway, Fremont inbounding the ball, that those missed free throws on both sides are you think that might look important down the stretch later on in this game.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to have a jump ball right away. It's going to be Montague ball. Fremont pushing it up. Looks like they're going to go to a 3/4 court trap here. Montague looking to get it across. They do. Over to Atchison. Braden in the corner. Tries to, that's another forced pass right there when you didn't really have anybody stopping you from the attack.
I think he had an open shot there, and he wishes he would have put one up.
Yep.
And so you got to be able to slow down, realize that the opportunity's over, and try and set something up at that point.
Rath with the jumper, and he splashes that, and that's a great screen there to get him open by Brassfield and Olsen right there. Miller over to Malema. Malema trapped. Great defense by Atchison. Getting long, getting up in the air, and making it hard for him to make that pass over the top.
I tell you what, that Rath Atchison trap, that's deadly, man. That's caused multiple miscues by Fremont so far in this one.
Miller with the shot. He almost makes it. It rolls out. Olsen with the rebound. He's looking up the court. He's going all the way. He thinks he got fouled, but ref says otherwise. Miller with the pass over to McDonald in the post. And McDonald travels, and it's going to be Montague's ball. Great defense by Montague to stop the pass break there and cause a turnover. And I think Fremont here just looking to calm down a little bit. Just take it back, calm down, and play control a little bit more.
You just got to play your game if you're Fremont here. Montague has yet, I think, to find an answer for number 24, Jordan McDonald. I think if you're Fremont, you got to look to get him the ball, moving towards the hoop. And Fremont coming out in their press again.
Over to Atchison. Atchison looks to drive. He gets a great look. Johnston with the rebound. He puts it up and he makes that. That's a great rebound by Johnston, doing exactly what Montague needs him to do.
Oh, definitely. Things are getting starting to get a little chippy in the paint here, Connor. These rebounds.
Looks like DeBlake isn't feeling so good. Looks like an ankle. It's going to be Montague's ball after a turnover, I think. I'm not sure. Full timeout for Fremont.
Full timeout.
As I was saying before, these rebounds are not coming easy in the paint for either team. You got to credit Montague there for, like we said, they're a little bit undersized compared to this Fremont lineup, and they're getting after it on the boards. They're making it tough for Fremont.
Yep.
Things are getting chippy. You love to see it in a packed gym.
Yeah, definitely.
Huge game. Love to see the energy up like that for both teams.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I would note about rebounding, Montague's doing a great job of getting, or both teams actually are doing a great job of getting low and hitting them in the knees, as I was always told, and boxing them out, forcing them back out of the paint, out of the half circle, as you don't see it on this court, but on some courts there's a half circle about a foot and a half away from the bottom of the rim, and making sure that it's tough for each team to get the rebound. And if you do end up getting the rebound, it's a possible over the back call.
Yeah, definitely. And
looks like it's actually going to be Fremont's ball coming out of the timeout. Montague looks like they're going back to a man formation here, or set, my bad. Olsen guarding Malema. Over to McDonald. McDonald looking to attack. He dribbles off his foot. Over to Miller. Brassfield doesn't look very pleased by that call.
Number 22.
I think that's a good call. I think that's a good foul there if you're Montague. They didn't like it, but Fremont's got a full head of steam going towards the basket if one does not get called there.
Miller guarded heavily by Rath. Over in the corner to Vincent. Vincent to Richards. Richards to Malema, over to the left side to McDonald. He denies the screen, goes up for the layup, and another great tough finish from his left to his right.
I tell you, Manu Ginobili would be proud right now. That's 2 Euro steps from the big man.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job of staying sealed and not letting a Montague player easily get up and block that, and dipping his shoulder into the rack and laying that in from a better angle.
Definitely. Montague with a turnover. Fremont inbounds the ball and a block by Atchison.
Atchison is playing some great defense tonight as he brings it up the right side. Over to Johnson. Johnson to Olsen. He attacks. Great hop step. He misses the layup. Miller with the save to Richards, and Richard gives the ball back to Miller. He's guarded by Atchison.
And I love Montague bringing Atchison out to the top of that zone. I mean, it is just tough to get anything inside for Fremont.
Yeah, definitely. He's such a presence in the paint and outside. He's hard to pass around. When there's a ball there, it's hard to know whether you have space as well, because the way he plays, he gets smaller than he normally is, and then it's like he has extended arms and they reach out and steal the ball.
Certainly. Fremont not able to capitalize there. Atchison bringing it up.
Johnston trying to go for 2 for 2. He misses. Looks like it's going to be out on Montague after Johnston's shot. Peterson in for the Wildcats, subbing for Johnston. Montague extending Isaiah Atchison all the way out to the volleyball line.
And you love to see a player like Atchison, who's a great offensive player, get it going on defense like this. It can be tough to keep up that energy on both sides of the floor.
Yep. In the post to Brassfield. Brassfield looking to put it up. He gets the and one bucket, and a great finish by Brassfield.
A I've been waiting for Montague to exploit that mismatch for a little bit here. He's got a guy who is a lot smaller than him on him, and he was able to pretty easily capitalize on that once they were able to get it to him in the post.
Yeah, McDonald isn't necessarily smaller height-wise, but Brassfield is just a bigger mass in the paint. He's hard to guard, especially for a guy that's a little bit smaller than him.
Definitely.
And I like the way Montague came out in the second set, in the half-court trap there, the 1-2-2 trap, extending it all the way out to the volleyball line and using their athleticism.
And it looks like they're going right back to it.
Over to Miller, Miller to the middle. Peterson with the steal, it tips down to Miller. Miller over to Malema. Malema with the bucket.
And I think right away you see the impact of Atchison on defense. Just him not being at the top of that zone. Fremont that looked a lot easier for him, I tell you what.
Rath looking to get it inside. He doesn't have it. Over to Peterson. Peterson looking for it. Osborne with the shot, and he splashes that. Tough shot. I'm pretty sure it got tipped. I couldn't tell there though.
That's a tough bucket, I tell you what. Freshman not afraid to let it fly though. You'll love to see it.
Definitely. Miller with the shot from the top. He misses. Rodney getting up and getting a board. Up to Williams. Williams in the corner. He goes up. Rath with the rebound. That is, Rath not happy about where the foul was actually called. Wanted the and one. Smallest guy in the court just got that rebound.
And that's what Montague's. I mean, that's why they're winning this game right now. They're bringing the intensity to this one for sure. That's exactly what we said they'd need to do coming into this today.
Definitely. Miller with the ball up the middle. Over to Malema. Malema to DeBlake. DeBlake bobbles it. Over to Miller again. Miller shoots. Misses that one from the top again. Brassfield with the board. Over to Williams.
Man, that's Miller's third. He's been so close on 3 of them. You'd like to see him to get one to drop here.
Brassfield with the big board. Looks like it's going to be off his head. Great hustle though by Brassfield to try and get that one, and he didn't get it, but it was great hustle there.
Definitely.
Fremont student section, for being the away student section, is pretty loud down there.
I tell you what, this might be one of the biggest student sections I've seen for an away team.
Definitely.
You know, back in the day, they actually had some student sections in the MHSAA Battle of the Fans.
Definitely.
They're a well-known student section around these parts.
Yep. Into the post to Johnston. Johnston to Williams. Williams looking for the shot, doesn't get it. Over to Johnston at the high post. He fakes, goes up. Great move, misses the layup. DeBlake with the board. Miller taking it up the court. Looks like it's going to be a blocking foul on Williams.
And that's one you don't want to see if you're Montague. You got 2 minutes left in the half. 75 feet away from the basket. You're not really in great defensive position.
Yep.
You don't want to do anything that might get Fremont closer to the bonus.
Yep, definitely, especially not with 2 minutes left. Osborne with the tight defense. Over to McDonald in the post. McDonald back to Malema, then to Richards for the easy layup. Atchison bringing the ball down the court now.
And on that one, Atchison took a little bit to come across the paint there. That's not something you see him do very often.
Atchison with the missed layup. I like the attack though, playing aggressive and being aggressive there to try and get the foul or something along that line.
Oh, for sure. You'd like to see him get it going on offense a little bit. He's been so effective defensively. You don't ever want to ask too much of a player, but you know he's got the skill to do it.
Definitely. Miller with the ball at the top, into the middle, over to McDonald, and he throws it to Richard, but Richard was cutting a little bit of a miscue and a turnover by Fremont.
McDonald wanted the three-pointer. Richards wanted the dunk.
Peterson with the ball, over to Atchison. Atchison and Johnson in the middle. Over to Johnston. Cade with the attack. Looks like he's going to be shooting 2 on a blocking foul. Coach Adam Bowen wanted a charge there, but it looks like he's going to get the foul. Kay Johnson shooting 2.
I'm not positive it's because his feet weren't set. I think he might have been a little bit too far under the basket on that one.
In the half circle that we were recently talking about. He misses the first. Looking to capitalize on the second. His first of the night. Atchison spreading the floor all the way up at under his own hoop, or under Fremont's hoop, my bad. Steal by Johnston, already making an impact in his first minutes on the floor. Doesn't get the call, wants it. Looks like we're gonna have a foul on Osborne. Osborne not happy.
Montague fans and coaches alike are furious with that one.
And you can't call them all.
Well, I think it's a great call.
I agree.
I think what Osborne is upset about was the no call on the other end of the floor.
Yep. And so, like I said, you can't call them all. Even if there is a no call, that's not one you can get right away.
Definitely not.
Fremont with the over and back turnover. Atchison taking it to the hoop. Over to Osborne. Osborne shoots, trying to go 2 for 2. He misses. Richards with the rebound. Over to Miller. 58 seconds left. Over to Malema in the corner. Back to Malema on the wing. Across the court. Skip pass. Over to DeBlake. DeBlake looking for it. He doesn't get it.
Fantastic job by
Up to Osborne. Great fake by Peterson. Miller wants the foul. And same with Coach Bowen. Great hustle by Osborne and Miller alike. Atchison at the top of the key with 27 seconds to go. Johnson with the second steal. Up to Atchison. He tips it, bobbles it. Looks like it's going to be off on Miller and Montague's ball.
Well, it looks like Atchison stepped out of bounds first on that one.
My bad. It looks like it's hard to see over there. There's so much going on.
There's a lot going on out here. Things are getting chippy. You see Osborne, father and son alike, not happy with the call. It looks like things are about to slow down a little bit here.
10 seconds left. Miller with the ball, looking to get a shot off. Heavily guarded by Atchison. Over to Richards. Richards over to McDonald. McDonald to Malema. Malema airballs, and it looks like it's going to be Montague going into the second, or into halftime, 25-20, with one heck of an end in there.
I tell you what, Connor, this one's starting to be pretty awesome here.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been a closely contested matchup today and in recent years, and I'm pretty excited to see what this matchup is going to look like in years to come in the new conference.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Bowen, what are you saying at halftime to your players? You obviously outsized Montague. What do you think? What do you think he's saying to his players in the locker room right now?
100%. You got to cut down on the turnovers. Fremont is very successful when they get the ball into the paint and get into their set. Montague, though, credit to them. They're creating a lot of confusion in the backcourt, and they're making it tough for Fremont to get it inside to their bigs.
Yeah, and one key player to that would be Isaiah Atchison. He's played an impeccable defense all night tonight. I would like to see him get it started on the offensive end a little bit more, but he clogs up the middle of the lane, and he makes it hard for to be honest, Fremont's scoring, which comes from mostly McDonald as of now, to get easy buckets like he has. And McDonald, the buckets he has gotten are not easy, or not ones I would say are easy, other than maybe his rim grazer. That if Montague continues to do that, and not only that, but they've also played as a team great defense, and continue to rebound the way they have. They are boxing out, they are rebounding the way they need to. They might have this game, and that's what we've seen so far.
They very well might. Montague's got to keep doing a great job at creating chaos out there.
Yep.
That's where they're going to excel, is using their athleticism, their speed, and their quickness to the best of their abilities.
And like I said at the beginning of the game, one of Montague's toughest aspects of their game is that they struggle to play controlled fast. And right now they're doing that to a T. They may be turning the ball over a few times too many, or they may be making the wrong decision once in a while, but for the majority of this game so far, and majority of this half to be honest, they've played control fast. They've gotten shots that they wanted to get. They've gotten open threes, which they've hit, and they've gotten a good attacking buckets that they just haven't ended up making. But other than that, they're getting great looks.
Yeah, I think the story of the game here is just, I mean, both teams are playing great offense and great defense. I think the difference maker right now is a few extra turnovers for Fremont,
Yep.
and then on both sides the missed free throws.
Yep.
There's been quite a few, and I think Fremont could have the lead if they would have put theirs in. And same to Montague. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of an impact that has going down the stretch.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing that I'd like to point out, Fremont is playing. It seems to have the most success when they're playing the three-quarter court trap. Montague has struggled. I mean, they broke it the last few times towards the end of that half, but so far this game they've struggled to break that half-court, three-quarter court press and trap. And when they have, it's still caused chaos, and eventually Fremont got the look or got the turnover that they wanted. I'd like to see them continue to do that and maybe extend that top guy out almost all the way to the full court and force their Montague's guards to put the ball on the floor a little bit more.
Definitely. If you're Montague, what are you talking about in the locker room right now to keep this momentum going in the third quarter?
If I'm Coach Osborne, I'm looking at let's keep the chaos going. As much as it hasn't hurt us as much on the offensive end as it's hurt them on the defensive end. Let's keep up the pace. Let's keep up the energy. We're playing great defense. And for Montague, on the offensive end, I would say I would be talking about the forced passes. They're trying to force a little bit too much into the paint when they don't need it. They're obviously outsized in the paint. Get it in, get it out. In, out, in, out. That's something that they haven't done. They've been trying to go in and then score in. Where you need to, once it goes in, if you don't have the look, you got to look out after that.
Definitely. If you're Montague, you got three-point shooters everywhere.
Yep.
Get that ball in the paint. Look to kick it out when Fremont collapses on you, looking for the big block.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing too, like you were saying, free throws. Free throws. This could be a totally different game right now if Fremont or Montague had hit 2 or 3 more free throws than they did. Fremont had an incredible opportunity on the three-point play to make all 3 free throws, and it would have been a 25-23 game just with that, or 22-25 game, my bad. If they can capitalize on their free throws a little bit better, and towards the end of this game getting the bonus, this can be a totally different game for them.
Oh, for sure. Got about 5 minutes left at the half.
And we're going to take a short break before the start of the second half. We got about 5 minutes, and then we'll be right back with you.
If you are a business owner, you know that while necessary, technology can be confusing, complex, expensive, and a frustrating endeavor. CatchMark Technologies can help make that technology simple and clean so that your business can easily get its product or service to the market. Whether you need technical support, structured cabling, camera systems, cybersecurity, or digital media advice, CatchMark Technologies is your one-stop tech service shop. Shoot us a call at 616-384-4616, visit our website at catchmarkit.com, or stop into one of our offices in Grand Rapids or Whitehall. CatchMark Technologies, West Michigan's technology problem solvers.
Hello and welcome back to CatchMark SportsNet's free live stream between the Montague boys basketball team and the Fremont Packers. And so far, we've had a pretty good one on our hands.
Yeah, definitely. 25-20 coming into the second half. Great defense played by Montague and pretty good offense played by Fremont as well. Excited to see what happens here in the second half.
Yep, and just an update in around the league action. Whitehall currently beating Ludington 40-32 at the break.
Look like McDonald with the bucket. 2-point bucket from in the paint. Brath with the ball on the left side. He's looking to attack. Looking for Johnson on the back cut. It gets tipped by Malema. It's going to be Montague ball. Over to Brassfield. Johnston with the rebound. He puts it up. Brassfield with the rebound. He puts it up. Johnston with the rebound. Almost had the rebound again, but McDonald gets it.
And if you're Montague, I'd love to see you turn around and skip that one out to Atchison or Rath there for a three-pointer.
Steal by great defense by Johnston. Tipped it over to Brassfield. Rath with it in the corner. He's going to attack. He gets fouled. Looks like he was about to dump that off to Brassfield for the easy bucket.
That one's going to be on the floor. Rath getting airborne there. Couldn't tell if he was looking to dump that off or hit a reverse layup or something.
Good call by the ref there.
Definitely, yeah, for sure.
Over to Atchison. Atchison looking for it. Over to Olsen. Olsen doesn't see it. Rath with the ball at the top, looking to set it back up. He brings it over to the left side, feeds it to Atchison. Atchison with the great drop step, misses the layup. Brassfield with the rebound. Brassfield with the rebound and the putback. He's had two pretty good rebounds so far this half.
I think Atchison was trying to pass that one over to Brassfield there, wanted the assist.
Brassfield with the steal. He's playing great so far this half. Over to Johnston. Johnston rips it from the gray line. Atchison with the rebound. It's going to be a foul on Malema, and I think it's going to be Montague's ball. Great defense by Brassfield so far this half.
I think that's 2 steals he's got just a minute and a half into it.
And Montague forces the timeout of Coach Bowen, just trying to get the momentum stop for Montague. They came back out firing and have had 2 pretty good possessions so far.
And if you're Fremont here, you see McDonald's got 12 points for you. Miller yet to get on the board. He's put up some shots. You know he can shoot the rock. I think I think they got to get Miller a shot here, and he's got to see one go in. They need to get him going on offense.
Yeah, so far he's been doing a lot of shot creation rather than spot-up shooting. I'd like to see him try to work off-ball a little bit more and try to get open on a backside or maybe a flare screen out to the corner where he gets open via that rather than creating his own shot. Johnson with the shot in the corner. He misses it. He's now 2 for 4, I think. Ball to Malema in the corner now. Down to Richards. They feed it. He passes it to the top. Over to McDonald. McDonald to Miller. Miller to DeBlake. DeBlake with the dump pass to McDonald. McDonald hits the pretty jumper from about 15 feet.
I tell you what, that one looked like it was going out the whole way, but McDonald's got that shooter's touch, and it just found its way in.
Yep. Isaiah with the attempted entry pass to Brassfield, and it gets kicked by Richards. Fremont playing tight on Isaiah now. Over to Brassfield. He misses. He gets his own rebound, then gets up and gets the putback.
I tell you what, Montague is just tearing Fremont apart on the boards to start the second half.
And that's somewhere where we thought Montague was going to lose, actually.
Definitely. I mean, hey, just like we said, Miller gets one to drop there. Do you think it's gonna start to come easily to him now that he saw one go in?
I think he got an open lane and he finished. And I think if he continues to do that, then yes.
Definitely.
Atchison with the ball at the top. He gets a high ball screen from Brassfield. He denies it. He attempts to take it. It's going to be a foul on Richards on the floor. That'll be his. That'll be his second, team's third. Over to Atchison, over the top. He gets it to Olsen in the corner. Olsen doesn't see it. He goes up with the tough shot. Johnston with the rebound. He gets fouled on the shot. That's Malema's third, team's fourth.
Still a close game here. Fremont has responded to Montague's energy and steals by getting buckets of their own. Now let's see if Montague can capitalize at the free throw line.
Johnston with the first. Shooter's touch off the front of the rim. Osborne in for Atchison. Atchison played very meaningful minutes so far in the second half. Owen Snyder subbing for Malema, number 11. Braden with his second. He makes it. He's 2 for 2 from the line. Two great shots from him. Miller over to DeBlake. DeBlake looking to get it middle. He drops off to McDonald. McDonald over to the right side to Miller. Miller with the floater. He misses. A quick jump ball call after Richards and Rath fight over the rebound.
Man, Rath was off to the races with that one if he didn't get the jump ball call. Montague still able to come away with it, though.
Yep. Rath with it going down the right side over to Osborne. Osborne kicks it over to the corner to Olsen for the jumper. He misses. It's going to be a foul over the back call on Johnston. Good box out by number 1, Owen Snyder.
And I think Fremont came out in that three-quarter court press there. I thought Montague did a much better job handling it that time. They just looked a lot more composed to me.
Definitely. DeBlake in the trapped. Miller, my bad. Gets it over to DeBlake. DeBlake with the floater, and he uses some great touch off the backboard, off the top corner there.
And DeBlake and Miller getting on the board in this third quarter. That's exactly what you need if you're Fremont. Take some pressure off of McDonald. Let your other players get involved, make some shots, and that'll free him up to do some things.
Rebound by Rath after the turnover by Osborne. He's looking to take it. He slows it down, sets it up like he needs to. Fakes the handoff to Osborne. Tells Olsen to clear out. Gives it over to Johnston. Johnston looking. He tries to feed it over. Rath playing good defense on McDonald. And we're going to have a travel on McDonald. Coach Bowen not happy, and neither is McDonald himself. None of the fans at all. It is a rowdy gym right now.
And I'm with them on this one. It's a quick call. I'm not sure I'm going to the travel. Maybe a jump ball. But it is what it is. And if you're Fremont, you got to respond the right way to it. And props to the players for not. You see them just staying locked in, and they get the and one. McDonald responding.
Definitely a great and one call, great momentum shifter, and Montague with another turnover, and that's exactly what we said at the beginning of the game can't happen. Bad turnovers, easily avoidable turnovers in the half court or in the three-quarter court.
Yeah, and you got to give Fremont a lot of props there. You saw the fan base go crazy, the coaching staff go crazy.
Definitely.
And those players just stayed composed. Didn't let it get to him after a bad call.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about there.
McDonald with the free throw, the and one free throw made. Williams over to Olsen. Olsen with the almost finish. Johnston with the rebound. He misses. Rath with the attacking rebound. He almost gets the steal. Miller in the middle of the court. Over to Snyder. Snyder gives it over to McDonald at the top of the key. It's going to be a foul on Osborne on the floor.
Great job by Fremont there. They got out of an early trap in the press and did a very good job keeping their composure and getting the ball on the floor.
His second, team's third. Feed over the top of Peterson to Richards. McDonald with the dribble. He gives over to Miller. Contested. He misses. He's now 0 for 4 from the three-point line. Snyder to Richards, and Richards finishes it for the easy hook shot. And Fremont takes the lead 31-33. Williams with the attack. Timeout Montague. A much-needed timeout for the Cats after a little run there by Fremont taking the lead. What are you talking about in the huddle if you're Montague here?
Man, if you're Montague, you got to get a bucket to go in right now. You've had some open looks, but it's hard to stop a run when you're struggling to put the ball in the hoop. I don't think that Montague's necessarily playing bad defense. I think Fremont's just getting some buckets right now.
Yeah, and one thing I'd like to point out is Fremont switched to a face guard on Rath there as an off-ball presence. They switched to face guarding him. I noticed that probably the second play down the court. The other thing, Montague has to be better about finishing from about 3 feet. They've struggled in this third quarter to finish from around the rim, and they've gotten lucky and gotten a lot of second chance points off their own rebounds, but you have to put the first one in, and that's what Fremont's doing on their end right now. They're putting that first layup in where Montague's struggling to do that, and they're not always going to get their own rebound where they have in the past.
That's right. Those easy ones, those bunnies, sometimes those are the hardest ones to come by.
Definitely.
Playing some basketball with you, I've seen you go through that a little bit, Connor.
I don't want to hear it. It's going to be Fremont's ball coming out. Atchison guarding up top. He's going to pressure. Miller with the ball. Miller with that on the right side. They break the press easily. Steal by Johnston. Turnover by Johnston. Doesn't get back. Miscue by him. And it looks like it's going to be Miller with the bucket. Over to Peterson. Looking to attack.
Tell you what, Miller didn't get the call he wanted the first time. But things are getting chippy here. Looks like a loose ball foul.
It's going to be foul on number 1. Owen Snyder. His first, team's 5th. Montague with the ball out of bounds, below the hoop.
Montague coming out in a box set here.
Williams with the bobble. Great hop step, great move by Isaiah Atchison, and that's what we meant by getting started on the offensive end. That's exactly what they needed.
That was quick for a big man. That was a quick move. Got right to the hoop. Tough to stop that.
It's going to be off Montague. It's going to be Fremont ball under the hoop. off the tipped pass by Johnston. Ball over to Richards. Richards to Miller at the top. Looking for McDonald. Doesn't get him. To Blake at the top. He misses the layup. Gets his own rebound. McDonald with the shot from the top. He doesn't make it. Atchison with the rebound. He's playing great. Great catch by Rath. Rath over to Williams. Williams doesn't take the shot. Passes over to Johnston. He fakes. Forces it inside. And it's going to be a turnover by Montague on an easy fast break.
And
another one of those.
Montague had numbers there. You'd like to see him capitalize. Props to Fremont for just hustling back to pick up that loose ball.
It's going to be a foul on Peterson. His first.
10, Owen Peterson.
His first, it looks like the team's fourth or fifth. I can't tell.
Richards shooting for the Packers.
It's going to be a shooting foul on Peterson. Richards with the first. He misses. Fremont up 2 with 1 minute and 31 seconds to play in the third. Richards shooting his second. Go up 3. He misses. Peterson with the rebound. Pushes it up the court, kicks it over to Williams. Williams looking for the shot. He backs it out. He drops it over to Rath. Rath drop steps and gets the and one bucket. I can't believe he drop stepped that like a 6'8" big man right there.
I tell you what, he's got some confidence in the paint there, and it worked out.
That
for
was
him.
a tough dribble, a strong dribble, and a drop step to the center, and a great finish for the and one and a possible lead for the Cats.
And I have to add an excellent fist bump on the end of that.
Yeah,
that's what you
definitely.
got to do when you get that and one. You got to make the free throw now, though, if you're flexing it.
Yeah, 5'7", plays like he's 6'8". He misses.
Oh, you got to get that one to go. It can be hard to settle down, though, sometimes when the emotions are running that fast after you make a great play like that.
He's playing great defense, though. Steal by Peterson. Pearson up the court. Oh, and a snatch block.
They're going to call a foul on this one.
That was a great block, great hustle, even though he got the foul.
Ref's sticking his arm out. Looks like he thinks Johnston had a hand on him when he got to that. I tell you what.
That is a monster play, though.
Foul or no foul, that's going to get the crowd going for you.
And
that's
we can see it in the student section right now. That he got up and he pinned that on the glass. Even though he got the foul, that was a crazy play at that. Seeger makes the first.
Great time to make some free throws here. Tell you what.
Definitely. 1-point game with 1 minute and 1 second left in this third quarter. He misses the second. Johnston with the rebound. Gives it over to Peterson. Peterson looking down the left side. He gives it over to Rath. Rath down to Cade. He's going to get a foul on the floor. It's going to be on, I think, 33.
And I tell you what, the call came in late. It's the right call, though. Definitely reached over. And that's a great call to make. Those can be difficult to do.
A tough pass to make there to Atchison cutting down the lane. It gets blocked, and it's going to be out on Fremont again. Pearson with the passing again. With the tough defense, Visnett with the tough defense, but it's going to be out on him. Stepped on the line on his way out. Osborne not happy about the missed pass, open pass to the corner by Peterson. They're going to run a box set at half court. Peterson to the corner, over the top to Johnston. Johnston gets the shot up. It's going to be a foul. He's going to be shooting 2. And this game has gotten chippy over the last 5 minutes.
I tell you what, Connor, in a year or two, you could be looking at a potential rivalry matchup between these teams.
And not just the teams, it's the fans as well. The fans are just up in their seats right now and completely into this game right now. Johnston makes the first. He's 3 for 3 from the line right now. Looking to make his second and go 4 for 4 and give Montague the lead here. Important free throw. Makes his second, gives him the lead.
2 points for the Wildcats.
Miller with the ball. He's trapped. Rath with the tough defense. DeBlake's gonna get an offensive foul on the push-off. It's gonna be Montague's ball.
Fans not happy. Fantastic call there by the refs.
It'll be his second, team's 8th. I'm surprised they're not giving him the bonus.
It's an offensive there, so you can't go to the line on a...
True, my bad, I apologize. Yep. It's gonna be a foul on number 3, his 3rd. Atchison shooting.
I tell you what, man, I really think the calls are going both ways, and I think they've been great other than that missed travel. And you know, I think if you're the Fremont, props to them. I mean, fans on both sides are voicing their opinions to the ref, but props to all the players for keeping their cool, staying locked in.
Definitely. Atchison misses the first, looking to get his second, extend this lead to 2 points. If he misses, lane violation. Looks like it's going to be a lane violation on number 33.
I think Fremont just you want that rebound too bad. Just went a little bit too early.
Definitely.
Gives Atchison a second chance here from the stripe to make it a 2-point lead.
His second chance. He misses it. Atchison with the steal. He kicks it out. He looks like it's going to be over to McDonald. McDonald not seeing the open 33. Vincent down in the corner. Down on the block. My bad. Over to Miller. Miller at the top. Looking to feed it to Steger. He doesn't get it. Steger doesn't have a shot. McDonald looking for a 3 in the corner at the buzzer. And he misses it. Rath with the rebound. Great rebound by Rath. Looks like it's going to be Montague 37, Fremont 36, with 8 minutes and a final quarter to go. How do you think this game has turned out so far in the last quarter-ish?
Man, I think it certainly has lived up to the CatchMark Game of the Week hype. That's
Definitely.
for sure. Man, Fremont right now with 9 fouls. I can't quite see what Montague's got.
5, it looks like.
5, it looks like. I mean, both teams with quite a few fouls here, and like we were talking about, the free throws are gonna. I think that's gonna win or lose each of these teams this game. Both teams are very evenly matched.
Definitely.
They're doing a great job at sticking to what they're good at. And I think it's going to come down to who's going to put the ball in the hoop.
Yeah, and one thing I'd like to point out is it's not the free. A lot of people see the free throw that's missed at the end of the game. It's the free throws all the way through.
Exactly.
Not just that one. If you make the free throw in the first quarter, that free throw is just as important as the one at the end of the quarter. If you make it at the beginning, now you have a 1-point advantage than you would have going into the last free throw at the end of the game. That might not be now as clutch as you might say, and as pressurized as if it was in the first quarter.
Exactly, and that's why, you know, when you lose games in tight situations like that on a missed free throw or you know, a buzzer beater play, there's so many other plays earlier in the game that could have changed the outcome.
Yeah.
So for young athletes especially, sometimes it can be hard to not focus on that.
Yep. It looks like we got a new lineup. Peterson at the 1, Osborne at the 2, Atchison at the 3, Johnson at the 4, and Brassfield at the 5. Brassfield with the ball in the middle. He misses the layup. McDonald with the rebound. It's going to be a foul on Osborne. It'll be team 6.
Foul for the Wildcats, number 2, Hunter Osborne.
His third. Montague going into a full court press.
And that's not a foul you want there if you're Montague 90 feet away from the hoop. Fremont breaking the press.
It's going to be Montague's ball on a tip pass by Brassfield, making a defensive impact already on the court.
I tell you what, he's a big man, but he can move.
Definitely.
He's got quick hands. He's always in the right spot, and just causing a lot of problems for Fremont.
Yep. Rath in for Osborne now. Atchison taking the ball down the court. Rath over on the right side, cuts through, gives Atchison the ball. He goes to take it, and he loses it on the attack. That's something you can't, that's a turnover that you can't beat yourself up for. Just a lost dribble there. It's a tough one, but you got to keep playing after that, not let that stop the momentum.
I tell you what, Atchison definitely saw was seeing the rim pretty clearly, and he wanted to get there, but he just let it slip away from him.
Definitely, and he makes a great play on the other side, gets his first foul.
Foul for the Wildcats, number 30.
But after a good defensive possession there,
Miller shooting for the Packers.
Miller with the attempt to give them the lead. He has 4, my bad, in this half so far, or in this game so far. He misses. Brassfield with the rebound. Over to Peterson on the left side. He's attacking. Rath with the screen and the roll. Playing like a 6'8" big man with a pick and roll. And he goes up and he gets the foul. He's gonna be shooting 2 and a chance to extend this lead to 3 or 2 points.
I tell you what, he looked like he was going for the rim there, Connor. I'm not sure if he would have gotten there, but we won't find out because number 11, Melamo, is able to slide over and contest.
Rath with his 3rd missed free throw tonight.
Owen Snyder, again for the Packers.
Looking to make 1 right now to extend the lead to 2.
Now, Rath's been struggling a little bit shooting the rock lately. He's a great shooter. He's definitely on a bit of a cold streak over the last few games. So what do you do as a shooter to
You just
snap
keep
out of
shooting.
that? You just keep shooting.
That's the best advice I have.
That's all you can do.
A tip on a pass by Miller. Miller over to Snyder on the wing. Peterson with the tip. He's going for the layup. He makes the fast break layup. On the Fremont turnover, up 4. Rath with the steal. He's going to take the layup. And he gets the foul. He's going to be shooting another 2.
And I think if you're Fremont there, if you're Fremont there, you got to keep your hands down in the paint when Rath's going up. You got a huge size advantage. There's no need to jump and try and swat something or stick your hands out. Just make him make a tough bucket. That's what you want to see.
And he's a guy who I wouldn't be counting him making it, but I also wouldn't count on him missing it. So fouling him, it's just if you're going to foul him, you have to make sure he doesn't make it. And you don't want him getting any and ones, especially in a 4-point game like this, where you're already in the bonus. And you have a few guys who have 3 to 2 fouls right now. You're looking at having to sit guys purely so they don't foul out of the game.
Yeah, that's never something you want to do. But I have to say, both teams have done a pretty good job at spreading their fouls out. Fremont's got 3 fouls and 2 fouls across the board for the 5 guys they got out there. But one of those guys with 3 fouls, if Owen Snyder or William DeBlake pick up another one, that's going to be 4 for them. And that's when you got to start watching when you're creeping up on 5 like that.
Definitely. Rath taking his first of 2. He misses. Struggling at the line so far tonight. Looking for his second. He makes it.
Another point for the Wildcats.
Montague 41-36.
And an update from around the league. Ludington ends up coming back down 8 at halftime. Ends up beating Whitehall by 8. 58-50.
Owen in the corner. He fakes. He takes the step back jumper. He misses.
I think he let that one slip off his hand a little bit. As a shooter, I know you're feeling it. You were open. You had a nice step back. You just got to skip that one to the next guy.
Definitely. Looks like we're going to have a foul on a blocking foul. It's going to be on the shot on number 40, Brassfield.
Foul for the Wildcats, number 40, Rodney Brassfield.
Looks like it's going to be his 3rd, I think. Yeah, his 3rd.
Jordan McDonald shooting for the Packers.
Team's 8. McDonald missing the first. getting his own rebound on the second after missing. Over to Blake. To Blake on the walk. He shuffled his feet as he went for the jump stop.
Yep, and that's a travel there. Montague on quite the run here. I think if you're Fremont, you got to get the ball back in McDonald's hands here. Let him do some damage.
Timeout by Coach Osborne. Good timeout when you're struggling to get the ball across half court there. If you're Fremont, those free throws are going to become costly. McDonald missing 2. He did get his own rebound, but they turned the ball over and didn't capitalize on it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what it's going to come down to here, right? We keep talking about it, the free throws. But man, you got to give some props to Montague. They have come out swinging in this fourth period.
Yeah.
They're hungry and they want this win. They're getting rebounds. They're getting after it, creating chaos in the backcourt. If you're Fremont, you got to hope to use this timeout to settle down a little bit, get back to what you're good at, and get the ball in the hoop here.
Yep.
And step up the physicality on defense.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing I would like to point out is just the fact that Montague has capitalized on their second chance points more than Fremont. Fremont hasn't been outboarding them necessarily, but the Montague, the boards they have gotten on the offensive side, they have been capitalizing on, meaning they have been finishing the boards that they've been getting. Whereas Fremont, as we saw there, has been turning the ball over after they're getting those second chance rebounds and things like that, where they need to just put the ball in the hoop and maybe not make that one extra step that's a travel or the bad pass that gets tipped and taken out the other way.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're coming out of timeout here. It's going to be Montague's ball.
Montague goes to a box set. Ball over to Atchison in the corner. Atchison doesn't see it. It's going to be a kick ball.
Great job by Atchison not forcing something there. Johnston had a good steal, but Atchison's man was sagging off him a little bit, making it tough to get the ball in there. Way to not force anything.
Yep. Pass over to the open Johnston. He tries to force the pass to Brassfield. Brassfield chasing him down. It's going to be a foul on Brassfield. It'll be his 4th. I'm not sure that would be a foul. It looked kind of like a travel, but ref calls it a foul, and his word is what goes.
It definitely is. I think he's calling it before the pickup there.
Gotcha.
Jordan McDonald shooting for the Packers.
He makes his first of 2. It's 41-37. Peterson in for Brassfield. They'll rotate Johnston down to the low block. McDonald on his second. He misses, air balls. It'll be a no rim violation. Montague's ball. Fremont going into a 1-2-2 press here. Looking to get a steal and try to get a few buckets in before it comes down to crunch time. Ball across half court to Olsen. Olsen to Johnston. Johnston to Rath. Rath to Isaiah. Isaiah to Peterson, and Peterson with the foul on the shot.
And you got 5.5 minutes left in the game here. Montague not looking to slow it down yet, and I think that's the right call there. You got a lot of basketball left to play. Let's keep the offense in rhythm, try and get some buckets, and get some free throws, and Peterson capitalizes on the first one there.
Snyder with his 4th, getting subbed out by number 11, Ben Malema. Peterson converts on his first. Misses his second. Atchison with the rebound. He puts it up. He misses. He tips it back in. And that's another second chance point for the set of points for Montague. Montague pushing Isaiah all the way up to the top of their own key. Miller trapped. Looks like it's going to be tipped by Peterson back across half court. McDonald with the ball. Down to Richards. Richards with the packed by Johnston. Johnston packed it down to Olsen. Olsen gives it up to Peterson. Peterson looking to set something up.
I think Montague's forwards have done just an excellent job tonight playing defense with Atchison up top. They're not missing anything down low.
Yeah, definitely. And Johnston with the great turnaround right hook shot. That's exactly what Montague needs to do. playing some great defense and then converting on the other end. This is Montague's doing to a T what they need to do to win this game. They're getting rebounds and they're putting up their second chance points and they're making buckets.
Exactly. I think it's a great timeout call here by Fremont. Like we said a couple minutes ago, you got to get settled down. Montague, fantastic job at keeping the energy up. It can be really tough to do that. When you're scoring points, you're causing chaos. Other team calls a timeout. You just want to keep playing, right? Great job by them to settle down a little bit, focus back up, and just get right back to it.
Definitely. And you know, this has been so far a great rebound for Montague from their last few games. We know that they struggled against Ludington, and Mona Shores was a non-conference game. They struggled against them as well. Great rebound game. They played a great, solid game so far, played controlled, fast, exactly like I thought they needed to. And so far they've converted on the rebounds that they got.
Yeah,
I'd like to see Fremont start to play a little bit more aggressive and try and get those buckets and try to force this game a little bit closer.
Yeah, and Montague right now has a 9-point lead, and that's our biggest lead of the game so far, I believe. Fremont struggling to score, and you've seen this in a couple of their losses this year. Some pretty low numbers on the scoreboard. They play great defense, though, of course, so they don't always need to score too many points. But we're going to see here what their offense can do and if they can fill the hoop up.
Miller with the missed shot on his 5th three, gets his own rebound, and he'll get his own layup on a rebound. That's when he got a box out.
I tell you what, excellent job there by Miller, following his shot, and a tough finish around Atchison. As the kids say, there was some jelly on that one.
Yep. Foul is going to be on number 10, Chaz Miller, and it's going to be Owen Rath shooting at the line. His, I think, 7th and 8th now tonight. He's made 3, I think. He makes his first. That makes him 4 for 8 or 4 for 9.
Montague's starting to capitalize on these free throws. This could help them really put it away here if they keep doing that. Another one's good by Rath.
50% from the line for him so far. He's 5 for 10. Montague looking to get another steal, still in the press. It's going to be an over and back called.
And that's a fantastic call there.
Definitely, it's one hard one to call when it's going that fast.
It's a bang bang play. However, if you're Fremont, you got to have both feet established in the front court before you're eligible to touch the ball. Miller had one there, and that second one, it was close, but it wasn't quite there yet. Great call by the refs.
Not sure what miscue happened there, if it was tipped, but it'll be a turnover on Montague with OJ throwing the ball over Johnston's head. Miller with the ball, gets it over to Richards. Richards looking middle to McDonald. McDonald dribbles the ball. He kicks it out to Blake. Blake over to Miller.
I tell you what, Fremont wants to put up some three-pointers, but they can't with Atchison standing there.
Montague's in a 2-3 zone right now, spacing the floor. It's going to be a travel on McDonald. Another costly turnover for them with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to play. Montague up 9. Ball gets to Johnson, over to Rath. Rath taking it up the court. Johnson with the tipped ball, but didn't get it.
Osborne not happy with that pass by Rath there. Just forced it a little bit.
Miller with another great finish. Makes it a 7-point game.
That's 2 tough finishes over Atchison in a turnover by the Wild. Oh, they're calling a tip ball there.
Fremont not happy about that one. Atchison with the strong attack and gets fouled. He'll be shooting 2. It's McDonald's, I think, 3rd. If it's on him, I think it is. Yep, it's his 3rd. He's got 18 on the night, a leading box scorer for everybody.
And props to the Fremont players for staying locked in on this. Their parents aren't very happy about it. But, you know, the ref overturns a an out-of-bound pass says it was tipped. He's got to see something we don't. He's right there looking at it. With the confidence to overturn it, you're making the right call.
Yep. Atchison makes his first, misses his second off the left iron. Montague 49-41. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to play. McDonald tries to shoot over Atchison. Atchison tips it, but gets called for the foul, the shooting foul. That'll be his.
And if that wasn't tipped, I think that's going to be your makeup call there.
Definitely.
And Jordan McDonald at the line here. He could get to 20 on the night if he puts both of these in.
He misses the first.
It's only my second time announcing. I've already given a little bit of an announcer's jinx there at that one.
This is the second. Peterson with the rebound. Taking it up the court. Gets it to Olsen. Olsen looking to slow it down. Olsen crosses over, attacks the middle. Dumps it off to Johnston. Johnston doesn't have a shot. Kicks it to Olsen. Olsen over to Rath.
And Montague doing a great job of slowing the offense down now. They got 3 minutes left to play. You're up 8. There's no shot clock. Let's dribble the ball around a bit. Make Fremont send you to the line.
Definitely. Number 10 with the Chaz Miller with the kickball there. Montague with the ball on the left side of the court.
If you're Montague, who are you trying to get to the line here?
I'm going to say OJ or Rath here. They've shot the ball the best so far tonight. Hand off to Rath. He kicks it over to Peterson. Peterson attacks. He drops it off to Johnson. Johnson with the tough finish, but with no backboard, but he makes it 10-point lead for Montague here. Johnston knows he fouled Richards there. He gave the ref a look like, yeah, I did it. My bad.
Yeah, that's the only one he's been pretty confident with tonight. You'll love to see it.
That's his third. Team's 10th. Richards makes the first. Montague up 9. Two minutes, 17 seconds to play. Richards with the second. He makes the second.
I think this is a good timeout call here by Montague. Fremont's not necessarily on a run or anything, but they're within striking distance, and right now is when you want to slow the game down and make sure you get some points from the strike.
Yep. And this is a time where you may have a lead, but you can't get lazy and you can't get apathetic with the lead. You have to be diligent and make sure that you are keeping the pressure, keeping the intensity all the way through till the final buzzer.
Exactly.
And if you're Fremont, what are you trying to do to get back into this game and to win this game?
Man, I'm trying to get Chaz Miller the ball. He's had some crafty finishes inside. They can't stop him when he attacks, so I'd get him the ball running towards the hoop. But then your three-point shooters, they gotta cash some threes here.
Yep. And I'd like to see a high pick and roll with Chaz Miller and Jordan McDonald. Jordan McDonald setting that screen and rolling off that.
And a quick turnover. Oh, and that's exactly what you need if you're Fremont.
2 points to the Packers, score 24, Jordan McDonald.
And this will be a double dribble by number 30, Atchison from Montague. In Fremont's press, like we were talking about before the game, it's causing some problems right now.
And this is where you have, like I said, you have to stay diligent, make sure you're not making turnovers like that. Montague in his zone. Over to Snyder. Snyder to Miller. Miller over to Richards. Richards to Malema. He is shooting his... A little bit of a fight for a rebound. Snyder doesn't look very healthy getting up on that. Hit the ground hard.
That's a hard foul there by Rath. I tell you what.
I don't even think he got him that hard. I think he went up and they got caught hands, and Snyder there just couldn't get footing before he came down. Snyder misses the first. That'll be Rath second. Team's in the double bonus. Snyder second. He misses. Peterson with the rebound. He gets it. Peterson pushing up the floor, looking to get it somewhere, run the clock off.
And if you're Fremont, those 2 free throws are huge there. That makes it a 4-point game if you put both of those in. They're still down 6, 2-possession game. Definitely well within reach.
Dump pass to OJ. He takes the mid-range jumper. He misses it, rims out. Miller bringing the ball down, putting pressure on Montague. McDonald with the push-off. It's going to be Montague ball. It'll be McDonald's 4th. He's got one more, and then he's out of this game, and that's a huge loss for Fremont if he gets out of the game.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's the wrong call there. Ref was definitely out of position on that one. There's a ref right there. You got somebody from across the court. Hopefully, you hope that he saw something that made that one a push-off.
Definitely. Peterson with the ball on the left side. Stalling the clock. Snyder pressuring it. Snyder fouls. That'll be his 5th, and he's going to be out of the game. And it's going to be Montague in the double bonus. Rath is shooting 2, and these are 2 important free throws.
And not that these are going to ice it if they go in, but it certainly greatly increases Montague's chances being a 3-possession game.
Yeah, and Owen shot free, has struggled from the line tonight. He's only 50% from what I've counted. Looking to make that about 67% now. He makes the first. Second, he's now 6 for 11, looking to be 7 for 12.
Way to respond there by Rath. He started out 0-4 and just coming back and having a good night from the stripe. That's tough to do.
He's now 7 for 12 from the line. Montague looking to trap Miller in the corner. Miller over to Richards. Richards in the corner. Help side by Johnston. Johnston. It's going to be off Johnston, out of bounds. It's going to be Fremont's ball under the basket on the right side.
An 8-point game here, an absolute crucial possession for Fremont.
Montague in man-to-man defense. Miller with the 3, contested heavily by Rath.
And that's a tough foul there. I definitely don't think there's anything intentional. That's just what happens when you go up to grab the ball and when you're that high in the air.
Just a hustle play, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely a foul. I would not call that a foul, but it's just a hustle play. No intention behind that at all.
Yeah, and great job by the ref there, making sure he's okay before he takes the free throws.
Definitely. Vincent shooting his first to 2. He makes the first. Looking for his second. Important rebound by Montague if he misses this. Montague up 9 with 45.9 left to go. He makes the second. Ball into Rath. Rath looking to pass it. Gives it to Johnston. Johnston over to Rath again. Rath up the court.
And almost turned over there by Rath.
Over to Atchison. Atchison over to Olsen. They're passing it around. Olsen over to Rath. Rath gets fouled. It's going to be Miller's 4th. They're in the double bonus. Rath looking for his 9th. 8th and 9th free throws. He'll be 9 for 14 if he makes both these.
And once you're over half court, there's no shot clock. You really got to get to fouling. I think Fremont probably wasted about 20 seconds there.
Yep.
And you end up putting a guy on the line who's been making them.
Yep. And he's just going to keep making them, I think. He's now 8 for 13. Only missed 5. Makes his 9th.
Montague still keeping the pressure up, and that's what you got to do here. As long as you don't foul, you don't want to give up a cheap one. And as I say that, they do.
Atchison fouled. It'll be his 3rd. And honestly, that's not a terrible foul. You're up 9 at this point. They gave the foul to Owen. You're up 9 at this point. You get the ball back. You can stall out the clock. They got to make a 7-point if he makes both these. 7-point comeback at least to in order to win this game. I'm not completely opposed to the foul there.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Put a guy out there that's been struggling a little bit from the charity stripe.
He cashes both. Atchison with the ball. He passes up to Olsen. Olsen over 2. Olsen gets fouled. He'll be shooting 2. That's Malema's 4th. He'll be out of the game with 6 points, 5 fouls. Number 23, Travis McDonald, is in now for Malema.
23, Travis McDonald, checking in for the Packers. 11, Paul Olsen, shooting for the Wildcats.
Olsen makes his first of 2. His first point of the game. Makes his second. 2 clutch free throws right there. Puts him back up 9. Atchison with the tip. It's Montague's ball, or it's going to be Fremont's ball. Atchison playing great defense there with 16.4 seconds left, up 9.
And Montague is not backing down at all on the pressure late in the game here. Fremont turns the ball over, and looks like Peterson is going to dribble this one out.
And it looks like Montague is going to take the 9-point win. Great victory by Montague here. They did pretty much everything they needed to in order to win this game. They dominated the rebounding statistics almost tenfold on these guys. A few key players here, I think. Owen Rath went 9 for 14 from the line after missing his first 5. And now he ended the game with 14, and then Isaiah Atchison as well, playing amazing defense. I can't quite tell what he ended with. It looks like 6, but those 6 points were the points he didn't have there were converted on the defensive end in rebounds and other statistics. And this was a great team victory by Montague here, and a tough loss for Fremont.
It really was. Fremont, you love to see Jordan McDonald out here dropping 20. Chaz Miller with 10 points in the second half. But I think the key was free throws here.
Yep.
Both teams had a lot of turnovers. Both teams were playing hard. Montague was able to cash in on those free shots. And a lot of times that's going to win you the basketball game.
Yeah, definitely. And you know that I think it was free throws and rebounds. Montague just wanted it more. They wanted the rebounds more, and they ended up getting it more. And that's what led to this victory. And it's a great victory by Montague here, and a great game of the week, I would say, as well.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to move Montague into likely, and they're going to lock up that 3rd place here pretty soon. And that puts them in a good spot later on in the season to contest Ludington and who's now top of the conference,
yep,
getting the win over Whitehall.
And they have a second game against Whitehall as well, so they could take the 2nd place spot if they beat Whitehall and beat Ludington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, this game was it was physical, it was intense. I'm not counting Fremont out for sure next time this game comes around.
Definitely, and I think this has started somewhat of a rivalry between these two teams.
Man, I tell you what, yeah, being in the conference, all these close games lately, fairly similar play styles.
Yep.
I mean, this is going to be a good one for a few years, I think.
Yep, definitely. And that's going to conclude our game of the week here. It was great to be with you. This was Connor Rath and Jonah Kelly with CatchMark SportsNet. Have a great night, and we'll see you later, I think next week back for another live stream, and hope to see you then.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Ready.